Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sippin and Selling
with Joey Chanel. Welcome back to another episode of Sippin and Selling. Today, my guest is a local celebrity and a dear friend of mine, Priscilla Perez from Voli Vodka. Welcome to the show, Priscilla.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm super excited. Although this is not my strength, I'm happy to be here with you.
Thank you, my love. I know it's not your strength, so you say, but guess what? We're going to do it together. You're going to be fine. I'll hold your hand through the process, and I think you'll be in your comfort zone. I think that we're going to sip on some fun Voli cocktails, at least I am.
Absolutely.
And it'll just melt away all the anxieties. But yeah, it's going to be a good time. I was trying to remember and talk about the first time we met. I think that it's important for me to talk about how I found the brand Voli, and then I'll talk about how I got into your front door. But Voli Vodka has been around some time now. I mean, I remember at least 15 years ago, I was at the Aspen Food and Wine Festival, and I was there with a family brand, and we were on a cocktail menu together because the brand ended in OLI, as does yours. And it was really fun to do cocktails here in South Beach and also at the time at Aspen. And Pitbull had a contest it was a Twitter contest, and whoever had made the best Voli cocktails got flown to Aspen to watch him do a private concert. It was at like some account there in Aspen, and I was invited because I was a supplier, and I knew someone who had a show back then before podcasts were podcasts, and it was called Hot Mixology. It was this guy named Dave, and him and his wife knew Pitbull, and he was like, "You want to go?" And I was like, "Absolutely." I grew up listening to his music. I love him, and I knew the brand from Miami. So that's how I found Voli, and that was the night I met Pitbull for the first time. But the day I met you for the first time, we were connected through a friend, through Fernando. Who's your business partner now.
Correct.
Amazing. And we met. I came and drove down to, I think, Doral to talk to you about the brands.
Yeah, we met somewhere in like that Doral area that's now popping off, but it was like still real quiet.
Right.
It was still real quiet.
And I was like so excited because you had I don't know if I'm accurate with this, but I had just found out that you were getting more involved with Voli. I'm sure you were always on the sidelines cheering and being a part of it because of your friendship with Pitbull, but that was how we met. And I was so excited because there's not a lot of us female founders, owners, brand suppliers out there, right?
Definitely not.
Yeah, there's not enough of us. And you were, bootstrapping everything. You were going to the supplier meetings. You were making sure that people weren't trying to, have their hands out. And here you are still doing that.
Still am. I think that's one of the things, every time we step into a new market or we're developing into going to a market, when I reach out to the Southern trade development managers and I'm like, okay, they're like, you're coming? I'm like, oh no, I'm going to do the first ride with, because if I don't understand the market, how can I set an expectation on anyone that's going to go work that market?
Smart.
And they're like, oh, so then they start scrambling, like, who are we going to put her with? Like, wait, hold on, and I'm like, no. I really want to understand the back end of this before I have anybody go out there and try to do the job, right? And I'm really gung-ho and I'm stuck on this whole woman thing.
Yeah.
I think this industry is still stuck in 1933, was it? The end of Prohibition?
Yeah.
So, change has to come. Change has to come. Women need to be able to sit at the table comfortable, not be looked at like candy. My past and the industries I've worked in, I've felt some challenges in the past. And I was treated like, she just window dresses, she'd window dresses for us. And that's not what this is about, and when I talk about empowering my team, like, this is what it's about, right? It's about women really stepping up to the plate and not being stereotyped in this industry. You see it now, and I have the utmost respect for Jennifer Chaplin, right? Because you see her in the background, like, yeah, she's got her brothers by her side, but you see what she's doing on her own.
Absolutely.
And I have such respect for the way, Wayne positioned his kids to move in and do what they're doing, and yeah, it's easy to say, she's a chaplain, but the way she's handled the business, becoming a mom and everything, I admire that.
Yeah, of course.
Arlene's done a phenomenal job raising her kids. Like, I just have the utmost respect, and when I see the women being brought in and
highlighted
and giving power, and it's not earned. Like, I know the backstory of those kids. Like, there has been no handouts there. Yeah. They've had to work in every department to figure out where they're going. So, being able to have a brand and a business partner, my best friend, Armando and I have been friends for over 30 years.
That's amazing.
So before the Pitbull thing really became Pitbull, right? So
how did you guys meet? Tell me that story.
Oh my God. So it was, it's gotta be like 1997 or 98.
Okay.
He was running around my cousin's son. Cubans, like we had this cousin.
Yeah.
And she's actually my first cousin. It's her son.
Okay.
They used to hang out in the studios at night, and my cousin used to drive him around because he had a car. Armando, when he says the story, he's like, I was getting out of the streets. He was trying to get into it because he grew up a very sheltered, protected life, and then he got a taste of what music, doing all that stuff. So he wanted to get into that, and they would bring me the music. They would bring because I worked at South Beach at the time. That's when I was working with Tommy Pooch.
Nice.
And
throwback.
I was 17, 18 years old in a world that I had no business in, but I was fascinated by it.
Right.
So they would bring me music. They would bring me records, and I was like, yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. Then they finally brought the Oya record.
Oh wow.
And I was like, snap. That sounds like it's got life. And back then, we were doing parties where we were bringing like the DJ Scribbles of New York into Miami to DJ for the parties that we were doing.
Wow.
So I remember calling Scribble and being like, I want you to listen to this guy.
So you did that.
And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, I want you to listen to this guy. I want you to tell me your honest opinion. He's like my cousin's friend. He's got this something about him. There was a presence about him.
And the tone.
It was just his energy. Like he demands attention when he walks into a room, even if he doesn't speak. It's just something. He has a gift. Charisma. He has a light around him. Yeah. And I said, I want you to listen to his song and tell me what you think. And I'll never forget Scribble hearing. He's like, that has legs. That's got life. We could definitely pop this off in spring break in Cancun. I'm like, all right, amazing, fantastic. So I remember going back and I was like, I'm super excited for him. So I was just connecting with every DJ that I knew, DJ Irie, DJ Ups, like everybody that I knew. I was just like trying to give them the
mixtape,
getting the tape, the CD. And I would Armando was underage, so he couldn't get into the club. So I would go and talk to the guys and help him get into the back door, quick. Like he's just gonna shake hands with the DJ, give them a CD, and run out. And ever since then, like we just never lost touch. Like life took so many turns. Like I had a baby and I got out of the scene, and we just always stayed in contact. Stayed in contact, and as things went growing for him, he just found a way, to keep me around with him and like help him, because I always had an idea. Or I know this person, I know that person, I know this person.
Right.
It's the Hialeah hustle.
Right.
That's what I always say. It's the Hialeah hustle, and he respected because he did live in Hialeah for a certain time. So, and by default, we're both Perez's. So there's maybe people like, are you guys related?
I asked you that. Do you remember? I asked you that.
Yeah, he always says, yes, she's my sister. I always kind of say, no, because I don't want the expectation to be, so high on me. So I'm like, no, we're just really good friends. God bless us with the same last name. But he is my brother. At this point, it's like family. Our kids, they call us, my son, that's his uncle. Like, he doesn't know him as anything else. Right. He sees him on stage and he kind of like, it's kind of weird for him. It's like, wow, this is really happening. Like, so it's a beautiful relationship, and the Voli story, like you're saying, it was the first brand to ever offer him a celebrity endorsement in his career. We're talking about this was 2011, 2012. Yeah. Hedge fund group out of New York, God bless them and thank them for the opportunity, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be where we are, right? But they skipped on an important piece of when they brought him on as celebrity ambassador. They skipped on his demographic. They skipped on the Latino market and the loyalty to the Latino market, because they were chasing the Skinny Margarita, Bethany Frankel movement.
Yeah,
so that's what
you're right.
It was a light. Yeah. It was a Voli light. I'm like, and I remember thinking to myself, I'm like,
and it had flavors. I remember there was like a lemon and espresso.
Yeah. First they came out with the light, and that didn't really hit well. So they were like, all right, let's punch it with the flavors. That didn't really hit well. So then they came out with the 80 proof, the all beautiful black bottle, which was stunning. But they were still not reaching Pitbull's demographic. They were focused on, having his name, his picture. I already been there and done that. That
it didn't work.
Sell the brand. Yeah. Right. It didn't sell the brand. That luckily it gave us the opportunity to acquire when we did in 2016, and give us that chance to rebrand everything and launch the brand as Voli 305. I'll never forget, he said to me, it was July 6, 2016, and he's like, we own Voli. And I was like, that is amazing. Yeah. I'm so happy for you. This is like fantastic. And he was like, you ready for this? And I was like, oh, well, I don't know. At that time, I helped him out with the Slam project, and, I'm the founding Mama Slam. And I was like, I don't know if, sure, I've never done this before, but I'm not afraid of anything. So, yeah. And the worst thing you can ever tell me is the word no. Because I'm just going to, now I hone in. Right. And until I don't get that yes, I don't stop.
I love that.
So I remember him telling me, I was like, yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. And here we are.
Here we are.
2026.
That's what I'm saying. I said it was like 15 years later for me that I remember. I mean, brands either live or die by 7 to 10 years is what I say. You guys are still here and you are rebranding and you're doing so much ever since then. There is so much to open and unpack. But I want to taste something. You brought a bunch of new cocktails today. You're doing these Voli cocktails in these little pouches, which are beautiful. Yep. I personally love anything in a pouch like this because I said it's so smart.
It's soccer mom friendly.
Not even that. It's like the beach, the coolers,
the boat, the concerts, the arenas, everywhere. Like for me, when we started messing with this pouch, absolutely. When we started messing with this, we're going wine based here in the I Love Cocktails, just to be able to help the 2COP licenses have something else to offer to their customers.
And break down 2COP for my listeners who are unaware what that means.
2COP is just beer and wine. They can't serve hard liquor. So these are all agave wine-based spirits.
Smells delicious. I'm having the passion fruit one right now.
Good. So when we started talking about pouches, this was back after COVID.
Okay.
And all that madness of you can't touch each other, you can't. So the first South Street Food and Wine Festival after COVID, I was like, what am I going to do to be different? What is everybody going to be doing? I'm like, people are going to be giving straws and like covers on it. I was like, no. I'll never forget. It was like 7 days before the actual show. And I said, I'm going to order pouches. I'm going to do Capri Suns for adults. Everybody was like, you've lost your mind.
Because your husband works in the liquor industry, so he knows. Yeah. He works with the team at Southern.
Yeah. And he was like, he's like, I'm going to support everything you want to do, but you have, the days are here.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're going to do pouches. I'm going to put cocktails in pouches. He's like, okay, what cocktails are you going to put? I'm like, we're going to put the Miami Mule, which is something we had the trademark pending on.
Oh, nice.
Which is our typical Moscow Mule, but we add guava to it to give it the Cuban flavor, right? Because that's our heritage is very big in everything we do.
This is delicious, by the way. I'm sipping on the passion fruit. What is it? A passion fruit cocktail. It doesn't say mojito or anything, but it's amazing.
So it's a play on a porn star martini. It's a play on the porn star martini.
It's delicious, refreshing.
It's spectacular. So I said, I'm going to do pouches. I'm going to do the adult Capri Suns. And I'll never forget, everyone's like, are you sure about it? I was like, yeah, let's try it. And it was a hit. And I'll never forget, I was in the booth that day, and one of the Southern guys came up to me. He brought me the buyer for CVS.
Nice.
And that man said to me, I am not leaving until you give me a date that I can order these pouches. And I was super nervous because this is just this was
prototype.
This was just a crazy idea I had 2 nights ago. What just happened here? But I was like, we're going to make it happen. And every year, Armando and I would talk, he's like, what about those pouches? I was like, we're going to make it happen. Just got to find the right way to do it because it's tedious, right? You got to package a pouch and have all the right ingredients and all this stuff. So through the compliance lady that we use now, her name is Claudia Mejia. She's phenomenal. Anybody that wants to get in this business, go talk to her before you invest your money.
Nice.
She's going to give you the yes or no right away.
Perfect.
And you're going to know what it's going to cost to do this.
Okay.
So we dove into learning about Mexico and what things in Mexico are happening in Mexico. We're going to launch a tequila Q3 this year. We're going to go out of range. We're building a portfolio.
I love that.
So we're gonna every celebrity has a tequila, right? So it's like, oh, kind of scared to do that. But we found a 55 proof.
Oh, okay.
So we're launching a tequila 55. That's the name of it. 55.
Nice.
It's gonna be. It really identifies the Pitbull prestige, right? The grown Pitbull now. It's not Pitbull drinking Jose Cuervo.
Right. Yeah, I get it.
That's it's elevated. It's
Mm-hmm.
elevated tequila for that consumer that's following the Pitbull lifestyle like that. So we met this great company in Mexico, and they introduced me to these cocktails, and they're like, we're copying all these drinks that are famous in the U.S., and we're making them into ready to drink. And I was like, tell me more. So they brought, in the liter bottles, and I was fascinated by it. I mean, and when I tell you, they have everything.
Thank you for the wide shot.
They're kind of like the bootleg of purses from China.
Oh my God.
Mexico,
Canal Street. It's Canal cocktails.
Alcohol, and it's amazing. I'm like, it's crazy. They have this Aperol bootleg that I was like, how is this not Aperol? I'm like, no. You guys, there's something going on here, but it's
their version.
It's their version. It's amazing.
Love it.
They have an Irish cream, like a Bailey's. It's a bunch of things that I'm blown away by.
Wow.
So I was like, I want to be able to help these 2COP licenses, especially the taco places, the my people.
Yeah.
The Hispanics. I really want them to be able to have something else to offer besides beer and wine.
Smart.
So we said, let's do the mojito. Obviously, the Cubans.
Yeah.
Let's do the mojito. We're going to do the mojito margarita. We're going to do the passion fruit martini. We're going to change it. The packaging right now says passion. We're going to change the porn star, but it's going to be a classy look. It's not going to be ratchet.
It's okay.
So everybody will,
I was worried about it, but you were saying you're like, it's going to be good.
People won't feel bad holding the pouch because it's going
Okay.
to be super cute. And then we're going to do a cafecito martini.
Of course you have to. That is your favorite drink of choice.
That is my favorite drink in the whole wide world. And because when I make it with Cuban coffee.
I know.
Like there's something about that usage that just makes everything
Give everybody your recipe for that.
not happening.
No? Come on.
Not happening.
So good. And you guys have been doing some other fun innovations on activation side, right? Like I've seen the machines.
Yep. The ice
The
cream.
machines are so cool with the ice cream. And you guys are just, being very innovative. And it's nice to say that you're going to extend your portfolio,
We are.
right? Because you want to grow
Yeah.
and you don't want to be stagnant. And you also just took some ownership in a distillery like we were talking about. So you were working with Big Cypress, right? They were bottling and making all of your products. Shout out to Fernando.
Shout out to Fernando. But let's backtrack that a little bit, right? Because when we first got into this business, Armando said, let's make vodka in Miami. This was 2016. And I was like, vodka Miami? He goes, they make vodka in Texas. You can make vodka in Miami. And I was like, I'm not sure, but we're going to find out.
Right.
And we found this guy that was in business. I don't think he's in business anymore. That's not my problem.
No.
God bless him.
Bye.
God bless him. Bye.
Ciao.
Who, it was a period of time that was the best schooling that you could ever not pay for.
Right.
Because I learned so much of everything we were never going to do again in that short period of time. But that's how I ran into Fernando. I met Fernando at the Craft Spirits Festival in Coconut Grove.
Nice.
I'll never forget. Somebody had mentioned to me him, and I was like, cool. Met him that day, and I was like, oh, nice to meet you, whatever. But he really didn't know who I was or what I was about. And then I started showing up at Big Cypress randomly.
Okay.
I would pop in randomly like, hi, so what are you guys working on today? What do you have? I want to taste something. And it was 2 years that I'd vetted him. So right when the whole COVID
That's
thing
so
happened,
Priscilla of you.
Yeah, I had
so Priscilla of you
vetted him.
for those of you who know her. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was, at this point, it was like,
Yeah, because you've been
get
burned
I
too,
don't want-
right?
we
So
got
you didn't
burned.
want to get burned again.
We got burned.
And you also were looking to support someone local, right?
Absolutely.
And they weren't asking for it. Like Fernando was happy just doing his thing.
This was a hobby for him.
Yeah.
He did this because he was just like bored one day, and him and Mark, his
Like a mad
cousin, were like,
scientist.
oh, let's just, he's a mad scientist. I mean, he has a phenomenal career. Like his profession is real. So I remember walking in there being like, right after COVID, it was like the beginning of 21. I said, so I have a conversation I want to have with you, and I really want your honest opinion on it. And if you can or can't handle it, please be honest with me. He's like, I said, I want to bring you my project. I want to bring you Voli 305. And he was like, I had a feeling this was.
He did? He knew
He's
it?
like, I had a feeling. I had looked you up a little bit. I had, and I was like, are you willing to bring us on? And he's like, I mean, I think I can. And at this point, he was working with just one bay, right?
Right.
He's like, I think I can. I mean, let's figure it out. What are your predictions? And I'm like, I don't know. What are your forecasts? I don't know. I don't know this business. I came into this just here. Let's go. Okay, let's figure
You're like,
it out.
I have a
every
dream,
day.
I have an idea, and I have a best friend who's my business partner, and he
have a
trusts
best friend.
me to lead this, charge.
Absolutely. And I was just like, I don't know. I can't give you projections. I can't give you I don't know. But I'm gonna get every business that I possibly get is gonna be mine.
Nice.
And he was like, okay, well, we signed on for this journey together. Fast forward today, we're partners in the distillery.
It's amazing.
We're building a brand new facility due to open any day now.
So fun.
So probably in the next 10 days, I'll call you and be like, hey, the opening.
I know.
The opening's tomorrow. We got the okay. We're just waiting on the
good.
mercy of FPL right now.
Crazy. FPL, if you're watching, get it together.
Come on. Don't make me suffer. Like it took us a minute. The county would not approve our permits.
So annoying.
And I kind of wanted to stay away from it because I was like, let it be handled the way it's handled. The architect, everybody. At one point, I said, Fernando, you got to throw me in this conversation because I'm really disappointed in the county how they're treating a Latino woman.
Local.
I'm a minority. I'm first generation. I'm really trying to prove something for the sacrifice that my family took.
And
to
this
come
is
to this
bigger
country,
than
right?
the distillery.
This is much
Yeah.
bigger than the distillery. This is about creating a movement for the city.
I love that.
If we are successful in what we're doing, how many other people are going to try to create a brand? And I welcome everybody. I'm like, bring it. I'm like, I'm willing to give you advice. I want to sit down. I want to chat it out. I want to give you the blueprint. Like we already took all the beating learning, right? So let me just help you do it faster so we're all in the same space, because it's like restaurants, right? If you open one, you open two, like the more in the same community, everybody thrives, right? Mm-hmm. So for me, I want more distilleries to come in the little area that we're in and just make it like our own little Kentucky area.
I love that. That's so cool.
Bourbon Trail thing. I want to have like our own little distillery trail in Miami. But the county, they
listen, nothing's fast. We can use the stereotype here. They're on Latin time.
No, they're drinking cafecito, 305 cafecito time all day. But it finally, I finally got involved, and I said, I feel like, you guys are not helping a woman. Mm-hmm. I'm first generation Cuban American. I'm doing this to prove a point. This industry has been stuck in the same laws since Prohibition. Mm-hmm. The Miami New Times, when I first jumped in on this stuff, I think it was probably 2019. Or was no?
So that's the year before COVID, was it?
No, I actually 2019 or I have such a mix up with dates. It was 2019 or it was 2022. But the Miami New Times wrote an article about me. They called me the disruptor.
I remember that article.
And I was like, I guess I've been called worse.
Yeah, exactly.
In better rooms, so I'll take it. I mean, cool.
So good.
And it's just, Joey, you know the industry. Mm-hmm. You know how people are, always, especially in South Florida.
Oh yeah.
As we've grown the brand, we did our national partnership with Hard Rock, and we had to expand 28 markets overnight. It was like quick. You got to be available because it has to be. It's going on every menu. It has to be everywhere.
Sick. But thankfully you're with Southern, right?
Thankfully
so it didn't make it so hard, I'm sure.
It didn't, but it did because it was a brand that was rebranding itself.
Right.
Right. So we're looked at like a lot of people have the old Voli memory. They're like, oh, Voli. This brand died. I'm like, no, it didn't.
Right.
No, it didn't. This brand just wasn't done right.
No.
This brand didn't go after.
It didn't have Priscilla Perez.
It didn't have Priscilla Perez.
And now she's here. And she's here to stay.
And I'm not going anywhere.
That's right. Amen.
And like I told you, like the word no for me is
trigger. Let's go.
You tell me no and I just go, ooh, I'm going for you. Straight for like I'm not letting go. That's where I become the Pitbull, right?
I love it.
I'm gonna latch on and I'm not gonna let go till I get what I know we should be doing.
Deserve, yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
So you changed the package for Voli. This is the new bottle for those of you watching that haven't seen it yet. It's carried locally. Big Daddy's is one of your biggest partners. You're on the Flanagan's menus there. Yeah. I know Chris was shouting you out on the episode here. He loves you. He loves the brands. And you guys did a lot of things unique and different.
Yeah.
You changed it. You still have a little homage to Pitbull. You have his autograph. You have changed it and added 305 because Miami is very important to both of you.
Very important, yeah. I mean, it's where we're from.
Yeah.
And Voli backwards is
I love.
Mm-hmm. And that's a play that the old brand didn't take on either.
Yeah.
So we did a lot of this stuff
intentionally.
Everything's intentional with the brand. The space left here blank is if you're going to give to somebody, I love you. I love celebrating your birthday. I love, spending time with you. Whatever it is, a message you want to give about love, of loving something. I love our girls' night. Whatever it is, the bottle now becomes a keepsake.
Yes.
For whatever moment you shared it with, whoever you shared it with.
And that's also something that is important for people because most brands don't think about that. They're just like, let's try to get it in a bottle and get it on the shelves. And you guys were really thoughtful in the rebrand.
Yeah. In partnerships, we did a partnership with Princess Cruise Line. The back of the bottle read, I love Princess Cruise.
Nice.
So that, that opened that door for us with them. It's funny you mentioned Flanagan's. I used to take care of Dee Dee and Jimmy's daughters.
No way.
At the gym at Shula's in Miami Lakes when I used to work there because I worked there to take care of my baby. And be able because I was a single mom young. Yeah. So I would take my son to work with me at the gym and then I had a free gym membership.
That's amazing.
And I used to take care of Dee Dee and
there's that Hialeah hustle.
That's the Hialeah hustle. Yeah, I had to figure it out. I was like, I can't afford this gym, but I really want to go there. And I'll work at the daycare. I'll bring my baby. And then I would take care of Dee Dee and Jimmy's kids.
That's so crazy.
My mom was actually helping them in their house as well.
Do they remember that?
Yeah. No, when this whole thing came full circle, it was like a beautiful moment when I saw them. I hadn't seen them in years.
Yeah.
And when I saw them again, it was a beautiful moment. And the support that we have from Flanagan's is spectacular. We're actually doing a brand. I'm actually doing a brand for them also.
You are?
Yeah, we're actually creating a Joe Espresso. So we're gonna do their espresso liqueur.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
and you're gonna do that at the distillery?
We're doing that. We're producing that in Mexico.
Okay, with the other line.
It's an agave-based coffee liqueur.
Amazing.
But it's just how the partnership began, right? And Julian, the buyer for Flanagan's, he gave me, I mean, Chris in the Big Daddy side opened his arms right away, and it's been a spectacular partnership. I love Chris O'Neill, Chris Arce, Moises, like they're great. But Julian from the Flanagan side was hesitant.
He was.
Because he had a bad taste from the old Voli business.
Oh.
I remember saying one day, I was like, I need to meet this guy. So when I met him at Flanagan, I said, you Cuban? He said, yeah. I said, so am I. So how are you denying me an in?
Right.
And he was like, oh.
Yeah, he's like, there's no answer for that.
He was like, oh, today he's one of my dear, I mean, we have a great relationship, one of my dear friends. And he's given us the opportunity and you know, they've seen what we've done. And, you know, Armando's not putting himself as the face of the brand. He's the owner of the business, right? So like, I don't want to be like draining him out and like putting him in everything, like the Pitbull face. We have so many fun ways to
include him,
right? You know, the whole Ball D movement now. You know,
oh my God, that's so cool.
People are coming dressed like him. I mean, look at what I'm wearing today. Like, I'm kind of like trying a new trend. We're like, you know, let's see if this works. We could put this as a merch piece. There's so many different things, right? So we use him, but we don't use him because I think people are not drinking less now, which is a big topic right now. Oh, they're not drinking. No, they're drinking smarter and they want to drink with purpose.
Exactly.
And they don't want to drink what's celebrity pushed because they know that celebrities are jumping in this because there's money in this business. Yeah, it's a great money business, but nobody wants to do it. The younger generation, and I know because I have a 26-year-old, is why am I going to drink that over that? What's the story behind this brand versus this brand?
Right.
And that's who they want to stay loyal to, right? So with the whole Flanagan's thing, you know, when that whole movement happened, he saw that. And I said, Julian, when I tell you, like, we have a way that we align things, because they're like, oh, is Pitbull going to, I'm like, Pitbull's not going to do anything. But it's organically going to be brought into the restaurant. So now we know when we do our specials with them, or our 3-month special stuff, the poster has his picture in it. But it's not like in your face, Pitbull, right. Pitbull. And I think that's what, even his fan base, I think that's one thing they appreciate, right? Because they see it. He is the guy that at every show, and you should actually include the clip in this thing, he takes out the bottle every show and he chugs it. And he's like, and this is not water, by the way.
And it's in his lyrics. I saw it at the birthday party.
At Jack's birthday party. Jack's wine is actually a wine that we're going to incorporate into our portfolio.
Oh, nice.
So we're gonna
Napa Jack.
Shout out to Jack Morris. We're going to actually distribute Jack's wines in Florida for him.
Yep, that's so great. Excited. I love that.
We're designing a rosé right now that is in very inception right now, but Armando's got, we got to come up with a label, but he went for the tasting and he profiled it to what he wanted to taste. So we're doing a rosé also as well.
I remember him telling me about that because after their boat day or something.
Yeah.
So funny. Well, listen, because I asked you too, when I was helping sell the Voli, I asked what Pitbull would do. And I asked because back then everybody did want celebrities at the stores to buy. And yes, it's because of the old packaging. A lot of the stores were like, what is going to happen this time, right? Like a new label, great, but they don't really care. They don't. Like, if they met you, they would get it, they'd love you, and they wouldn't need Pitbull, but that's not the reality, right? Like, there's people in between, there's chain managers, etc. And at the end of the day, he puts it in his lyrics.
In every lyric,
If he's at a concert like the Hard Rock, it's at the bar. It has little cups that have the logo, and he's attached. And I agree with you. Like, a lot of celebrities now are jumping in, and people may not know or remember that he was from the beginning. So I think it's smart to not really lean into that. But of course, the fan base wants it. Of course, they want to meet him. Like you said. He's a great person. He's down to earth. When I met him, he was very charismatic with me. He was with a little bit of a team, not a lot of people. And he gave me his number. I mean, it was so nice. And would text. And I was like, that's cool, you know? And then when he was opening for Madison Square Garden, I think it was his first show that he was going to do that a couple years later. I sent a picture to Twitter back then, Voli. And like, he texted me right away, you're at the show, mama. Like, da-da-da-da. I'm like, awesome. Yeah, it was so crazy because he's humble.
The one thing that, I always say about him, and I tell people, I'm like, maybe it's just... I see him with mothering, loving eyes. Yeah. But fame has never gotten to him. He actually does everything to avoid being in the limelight. You can't get any gossip on him because there's nothing to really tell. The only thing you ever find out, and not even when he's doing good, does he want it to be out there. We have a 501c3. It's called 305 Gives Back. He doesn't want people to know about it.
Yes.
I'm like, I talk about it because I'm so passionate about that. It's like, it's an emergency resource foundation. So like, natural disasters, hurricanes, anything like that, we're the first ones to act. We've reached certain places before their local governments have with aid and relief.
Insane. I have chills.
And, you know, he does, but he never wants that to be public. He's like, that we do that because that's our passion. That's our heart.
And the school. Talk about the school.
I mean, Slam is the baby.
Yeah.
Slam is the baby. Slam was something that at that time, it was 2009, 2010. I was working at a school. I was working at a school in Hialeah. One of my high school best friends was a principal.
Wow.
And I was in between jobs and careers. I had already worked in the gun business. I had already done the mortgage stuff. And I was like trying to figure out what I wanted to do next. I just didn't want to work in corporate America because I wanted to be available for my baby.
Yeah.
To be able to be at every school event, every school thing that I could be at. So my friend's like, hey, I just became principal of this school. I was like, you want a job for me? She's like, you want my office manager? I was like, sure. We'll check it. Let's try it.
Yeah.
I was like, but you know, my favorite word is the F word. And I use it very loosely. Sometimes I don't even catch myself. I'm like, oh, I gotta like, fix that.
Flanagan's. Change it to Flanagan's.
Change it to Flanagan's, yeah. But I took the job, and I remember saying to her, I said, I'm gonna do this for a year. And I'll never forget, like 3 months into it, I was like obsessed with these kids, right? Because I saw myself. It's with the Title I school. It's a low income community and run school. So I saw myself as a kid, and I mean, I was still struggling at that time.
Right.
Things weren't as great as they are.
Right.
I mean, they could always be better, but I saw myself there, and I'll never forget the first time I hung out with Armando after starting that job. I'm working with my friend Ceci at the school in Hialeah. I was like, maybe you should come talk to the kids. I think it would be impactful. I think you should do it. And I chased him for like 6 months until I finally got a date on him.
Wow.
He came into the school. It was 2009. And I'll never forget because he showed up in a leather jacket, white tank top, jeans, and white sneakers. Mr. 305 was there, right? Culo was the happening song at the time. And these kids were blown away by him. And I think he felt that he saw himself also in these kids.
Yeah, of course.
But he made them a promise. If you guys get the FCAT and you guys score the 5 and the school gets the A+, and whatever it is that it takes for the school to get the recognition, I'm going to come back next year and visit you guys. And he did. And in that 2009 to 2010 is where he transitioned from Mr. Worldwide to Mr. 305 to Mr. Worldwide. Because the following year he came full suited up. And I always show people those pictures. I'm like, this is where the transition happened. And it was, and I was still at the school. My 1 year extended to 2.
Amazing.
So he came back to the school, and I'll never forget that year when he spoke to them, because he was just talking to the kids. He said, for you guys, the school, if you guys do it again next year, I'm going to put on a show for you guys.
Aww.
And they did. They pulled it off. The school got the A+, the highest scores, and he did a private concert for the students. And then, but the first year he went to the school is managed by a management company. Okay. And we sent a notice out that he was coming to the school. Nobody really responded. Interesting. It was like, Pitbull, whatever. Yeah. The second year when he came, we didn't send the notice out because the first year, no one reacted. Yeah. So, but after that, once they put it on the social media of the school, we got a call back, and the founder of Academica, Fernando, reached out to my friend Ceci, who was the principal, and she's like, how did you get Pitbull? She's like, my office manager's his best friend. They hang out all the time. So Fernando reached out to me, and that's how I introduced them. And that's where the whole slam thing came. We actually had a meeting at Cheesecake Factory in Coconut Grove. Nice. I'll never forget Armando. It took me a while to pin him for that meeting too. And he said to me, I have like 30 minutes. 30 minutes was 4.5 hours later.
Wow.
We were still sitting there. And I remember saying, I said, you guys, we're going to build schools together. Because I said to Fernando, you want to meet him, but there has to be a motive behind it. It's like, I want him to leave a legacy. I need him. There has to be something for him in this. And now Slam is up to 13 schools across the nation.
It's amazing. And he gave you the most beautiful speech at Jack's birthday.
Oh, yeah, that was...
He's so proud of you, which is nice because like you said, most people would think that he would be the star. He would be the face, but it's you. Yeah. You're Miss 305. You're Miss Voli. And I know the brand because of you too, like that. You're the one that keeps it alive. You're the heartbeat of the brand.
At this point, I mean, when he's taken a position with me where he's like, I'm like, listen, we're going to try everything and see what sticks. Mm-hmm. But when he catches onto something and he gets excited, then he goes all in. Yeah, then he goes all in like this. We'll talk about it now because by the time this airs, it'll be
public knowledge. And we have some more news.
But I literally came here directly from meeting with the Miami Dolphins because we are the official vodka sponsor of the Miami Dolphins.
Woo woo! news.
Huge
Finally.
win. I mean,
it's huge.
Win,
Pull it
us.
out. Pull it out. Where's the jersey?
the jersey.
Where's the jersey? We need to bring this. We need to show the visual. This is amazing. She'll bring it over. It's fine. Yeah, you can walk around that way. Thanks, Samantha. It's so exciting. I'm so proud of you guys. Like I said, last year you guys got the Hard Rock Hotel, but now you got the stadium.
Bam!
Woo! So awesome. It's about damn time.
This for me is like I won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I won the Super Bowl, and they're gonna win a Super Bowl. I promise.
I hope so.
We signed
From
a
your
3-year
lips.
deal.
Okay.
That Armando literally said the other day, 3 years. This is for life. They're not getting rid of us.
No, they won't.
They're never getting rid of us.
No.
Like, they're gonna win because they're gonna get the Pitbull piece, right?
Right. Magic.
Because he's a fan. He's a Dolphins fan. Like he grew up here. He actually did a song for them and everything that's gonna release. Like they have official rights to this song that he created because of this partnership.
So freaking fun. Thank you for sharing that on my show. You're a doll. And you're a girl's
this is like
girl.
Fresh.
I
like,
know.
fresh
It's
off the
literally,
press.
it's fresh off the press. So
Fresh off
good.
the
We
press.
pushed back the pod an hour so you could do this deal, and I'm so happy.
Literally, when Samantha messaged you yesterday about yes, we're confirmed, I'm on the phone with them, and I'm like, well, let me just message her real quick and just
So
push
good.
it back a little bit because it was.
Well, thank you for sharing it on the
course.
show. And
Yeah.
yes, we will hold the secret. But holy shit,
Holy shit!
just
For me, I'm walking in the stadium. I'm like, we're really gonna have Voli in here.
all over.
We've been season ticket holder for the last 10 years, and,
Yep.
and every time I go, I'm like, I'm not drinking because until I don't drink Voli 305 here, I'm not drinking.
Yeah.
And I'll have a glass of wine, or I'll have a sparkling,
no
or
other
something,
vodka,
or I'll
yeah.
have but I won't drink vodka.
Yeah.
Like I'm not doing it.
I feel you.
And no offense to the other vodka brands out there, but we're a little ant, and we've seen the big guys come and watch what we're doing and try to replicate it.
Interesting.
But
that's great.
it is.
And that's fine. Let them watch because, like you said, you had
Armando
a lot
always
of.
tells me, he's like, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. I'm like, I know, but it's so frustrating.
I know.
I mean, not that we don't have the budgets, we could, but I do.
But you're
treat this-
not, yeah.
I treat this business independent from everything else, right? So I do allocate a budget to it, and I'm sticking to it. So when I put little things out there and I see somebody grab it, I'm like, oh, come give me more. I'm like, write me a check. I'll give you all the ideas.
Yeah, you're like, here.
I'll give you all the ideas.
You see inside my mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's freaking major. I'm so excited. I'm also season ticket holder. I will be there. I'll be
Gonna be there.
hosting. I'll
Yeah.
be taking photos, and I'm sure he's going to put on a show there now that it's there.
He's
gonna figure it out.
He's gonna definitely do his participation. I mean, he's excited. We're all excited. It's been like something that I've been manifesting since day one. I remember people were like,
So amazing.
I remember somebody telling me, "You'll never get in that stadium because they're not Southern friendly." And I was like, jeez, I'm going to change my distributor. Nope, just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
No, but
I love
sometimes
the Japanese so
distributors
much.
love that though,
Yeah.
because that doesn't happen all the time.
Right.
Usually people lean on their distribution network to get the job done.
Correct.
And that's not how Priscilla Perez operates. That's not how I operate. That's why we're kismet. We're friends here because I'm not like that either. I like to hear no also.
Oh yeah, I bring stuff to Southern. Like we did the Hard Rock deal when I brought it to them. They're like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, we got the menu, we got this. They're like, it ticked a few people off because we took off one of the big brands from the menu. We replaced them, but I was like, it wasn't intentional.
Yeah.
And it's actually the one brand that I would never mess with. I would never mess with anything on the Bacardi because that's our goal.
Yeah.
Right? We're building our own Bacardi.
Yeah.
Story. Like we respect the Facundo family so much, and Armando has a beautiful relationship with them, and they're our goal.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not any other brand. I'm like, game on. But
Yeah.
but Grey Goose, anything Bacardi, I respect, and but it was that drink that we replaced on the menu, and I was like,
Wow.
ooh, sheesh.
Yeah.
But it's all good. Now we're also doing something with Margaritaville, the airports.
Amazing.
We're going to launch Mexico. We're going Mexico big. Mexico, we're doing a partnership with the company we're working with there. They're going to bring us into 85% of the all-inclusive resorts.
Wow.
So we'll be the American offering vodka in those all-inclusive resorts.
Fantastic.
They also bring us into Sam's Club and Walmart in Mexico,
Nice.
which we haven't even touched on this side yet.
No.
We're going to open the UK.
Wow.
The Pitbull World Tour. We're going to open the EU through Amazon and just see what the
Wow.
fan base does there and see
Yeah.
what it feels like there. And then, this is all taking risks, right? We're investing into this, setting the stuff on consignment, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out what it does and what it doesn't do. But let's put it there and see how it's received.
Wow.
And then we know what the next steps are.
Amazing.
So, building
Lots of
building
things
a
in the
distillery,
pipeline.
growing a brand, adding a bunch of SKUs to see what's
Delicious SKUs. I'm
Delicious
loving
SKUs,
this
right?
passion porn
no,
star.
They're really, really good. They're really, really good. I mean, they really nailed it down. So that's where we tasted all of these, and I went into the pouches, and I was like, oh, let's just create the pouches this route. Especially here in South Florida, everybody goes boating. Mm-hmm. It's so easy for
They go to the beach and the coolers.
Restaurant,
Yeah.
all these restaurants with to-go business are all signing up for it. They're like, how do we get it? And like I told you earlier also, Voli does work under, we have a distribution license.
Right.
So we're self-distributing all this stuff until it gets to the point where I can say to Southern, okay, here.
Yeah.
Now take it and do your thing.
Right.
Right.
You're
But
like, I built the
it's
foundation.
Incubation. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, we just, we write it off and we keep moving. And we go on to the next thing. The espresso martini ice cream, I'm in the process of commercializing.
Wow.
So we can sell it already done.
That's
I don't have to give
amazing.
anybody my secret recipe.
Oh, man. Damn it.
Yeah.
That's insane.
There's a lot of fun things happening.
I'm so excited for you guys. That you're well deserved. I mean, you work your balls off. I know.
I work my balls off.
I know, girl.
I tell a lot of people to suck my dick. It happens a
That's
lot.
going to be on the next t-shirt.
SMD. I say SMD. I'm like, I wear my dog tag, my Voli 305 dog.
I know. I love your jewelry.
I wear
You're
my
always
dog
so
tag. Armando he
snazzy.
branded me. He was like, here you go. I'm gonna brand you with the
So
dog tag.
cute.
So now the next one is like SMD.
I love it.
Only a few people
Little
are gonna know what
chain.
it means. But I'm blessed. I have a phenomenal team behind me. All women.
Yep.
The sales force, the brand ambassadors.
Yeah, your Voli girls.
My Voli girls are a staple.
Yep.
Everybody, it's a big sell into accounts because they're like, oh, I'm back to actually, the Voli girls. Oh, okay. Well, we could do it with bring the Voli girls. They'll do the tasting, they'll do the sampling, bring the Voli girls. So it works for us.
Yeah, because it leaves an experience, right? People remember having Voli in Miami and soon at the Hard Rock Stadium.
Yes.
Because they saw the Voli girls in their cute t-shirts
the
and
Voli
those beautiful, smiles.
Yeah. They're, and they fit the brand. Everything's under the Pitbull umbrella. Mm-hmm. We all of our color strategy, everything all matches. Like it keeps everybody engaged without knowing that they're engaging because of that.
Right.
So, I have a great team. It took me 10 years to realize that I need to hire, support, right?
Yeah.
And I brought Samantha onto the team this year, and I call her my chaos coordinator.
That's nice.
I'm the creator of chaos. She coordinates the chaos.
I like it.
She's been a huge help. My whole team, all the Voli girls, our sales team, Catherine, Samantha, Dee, Hillary, and so on and so on.
And your husband, he's a supporter, big supporter.
My son.
Yes.
My doggies are,
I know.
are a big piece of my life.
You got an angel doggie. Let's talk about the doggies. You love your dogs. I remember when we first met, you showed me, I think you had like 7 dogs. You showed me all these photos. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. I had 6. Now there's 4. So that's a big piece of the distillery. We're actually a block away from a huge rescue in Miami called Paws for You.
Okay.
So every program we're gonna do is gonna proceeds back to Paws for You.
Love it.
So the county, when we got the permitting approved, they forced us into a restaurant permit as well.
Okay.
So the distillery has to have a restaurant component.
Okay.
So everything we do in there, every program that we put in there is gonna have proceeds go back to Paws for You.
I love it.
My dream, eventually, when this brand hits the right peak, is I'm gonna go buy an island somewhere and live with 1 million dogs in a sanctuary. Not a rescue. I'm not gonna put them up for adoption. They just all live on my island, run around with me, and be in the beach and just hang out because the ocean and dogs are my
I
sanity.
know. I love that.
Yeah,
You gotta love dogs. The people that don't, I don't understand them.
that's a big thing. That's
Yeah.
actually a big piece that we're gonna focus on in our next campaign. Is there's other brands out there that call themselves the vodka for dog people.
Yeah.
Well, we do have the dog.
Yeah.
Right? My guy's name is Pitbull.
Yeah. No shit.
he literally said to me a couple of weeks ago, he's like, I think the next campaign should be Voli 305 loves dogs
Aw.
like me.
Yeah.
And it'll be him.
Yeah.
But it's really the Pitbull thing,
I
kind
love
of
it.
play into it. They actually just did the first doggy festival in Miami, and we were the presenting sponsor for it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was
I
pretty
love
cool to
that.
see, to put that together and be able to get that place. And they wanted us because they know of our association with Paws for You. and because we were the local brand.
Yeah,
I'm
and
like,
female.
yeah, and if they would have gotten too crazy, I mean, somebody else would have come and offered them bigger dollars and it made it more attractive. But no, it was actually a woman that started this thing also. So
You see?
yeah,
Gotta look out for each other.
the woman thing is huge. I wish more F&B women would react on it, but
I know.
they're still focused on the.
Listen, not everybody has our type of personality, right?
Correct.
We're very dominant, which in this industry, it helps us. But
Extreme
it's
type A.
Yes, extreme type A. But you have a great support system, right? Who most people would think because of that, maybe not to fuck with you. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I have that with my father. And it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. I think that, like you said, there was a lot of jobs before where you would feel inferior or insecure or whatever. And I think that's something important to talk about with the women out there who are watching and listening, that no matter what business you're in, you belong if you're happy to be there and you're passionate about being there and you have a place at the table, like Priscilla is saying. Yep. And at the end of the day, I think it's important for you to share how you think you've lasted this long in an industry you didn't come from. At all. I think if you could give some insight to the viewers listening, that would be helpful. I think that would be nice.
So I remember one of the first meetings that we had. I'm not going to name where or anything. It was one of the first meetings we ever had. We walked into the meeting. It was a room full of men. Mm-hmm. And I was the only woman that walked in. And Armando was in that meeting. And someone handed me a notepad.
You're going to take notes.
Like I was there to take notes for
Oof.
Her. And I just remember looking around and being like, oh, this is going to.
I told you about my first GSM, what happened?
Yeah.
So my first GSM, I moved down here from New York. I was launching back then the Fragoli, which went with Voli. And I was in a skirt and like a nice turtleneck, and I was doing the GSM, and I had a fishbowl, like a glass fishbowl that I passed around for people to put their business cards in. Mm-hmm. And when the bowl got back to me, there was $100 bill in it.
Wow.
So someone was like treating me like I was like a stripper or something. And do you know what I did? I took it out, I held it up, and I said, who thinks they're funny? Who did this? And I like turned the camera basically around on everybody else. And I was like, no takers. Nobody wants to admit who did this.
Went up to it.
And there was a couple girls there who, one, Patty Diaz, and she starts laughing, and she's just like, good for you, girl. Good for you. Because what the hell was that? And why? And why would they do that to you?
They just, it's the boys club, right? Mm. So, and coming into it, they just feel like.
You got to fuck with us a little.
They got to put you through the ringer. I'm like, listen, we know who the boss is in your house when you treat me in this situation like this. We know the boss in your house is your wife.
Right.
And you think in this situation like, oh, I'm going to big dog this woman because in my business, you're not going to come in here like this, right? But I married growing up in a house full of boys, to the personality I have and why I don't give a shit about guys don't intimidate me.
Yeah.
I worked in the gun business.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Many years ago. That was the ultimate. I'll never forget when I took that job. I went to the job interview. I thought I was going to go interview for Taurus, part of Ford.
Okay.
And I'll never forget getting to and bulletproof and gates and all this shit. And I was like, what? Where am I?
Yeah. And
I walked in and I looked at the reception. I go, this car thing is serious, right? And she goes, I'm sorry. And I go, this Taurus, like the cars. And then I'm turning around looking, seeing all these guns in display. And she goes, no, this is the gun manufacturer. We're a Brazilian company. And I was like, all right. I mean, I got a gun here.
You're like, I'm here. I'm already here.
I'm
Might
here
as
for
well
it.
try.
I'm here for it. I started in customer service. 3 months later, I was doing sales.
Shit.
So it was like, just don't test me.
Yeah.
Don't test me because I'm going to show you that I'm going to win.
Right.
In our world, and Armando always says that it's a slow but a for sure. Mm. So in this industry, women just have to value themselves, right? And not lose focus of that, and not be intimidated. Mm. And the women that are in those positions need to really remember, like, when you started, where you were.
Yes.
And come together and empower each other, and like not be sold because some brand came and offered you a bag or whatever it is that they're doing out there. Which I stay 100% away from that. Everyone knows we don't do the P2P. It doesn't exist in my vocabulary. Like, don't bring it to me. It's not a conversation. My team knows. I'm like, not happening.
Right.
Not happening because. Yes, Voli is one company that's under the Pitbull umbrella. And under that umbrella is many families that depend on the clean image to be able to survive. Mm. So if I come and I start playing around with some stupid shit here and I rattle things up, I'm affecting a lot of families
Yeah.
that are going to suffer because of one stupid account that, I
wanted you to pay to play.
Yeah. And I'm not doing it. I'm just not. Not. And we have more to offer than that.
Yeah.
The people in Miami, I'm like, you go to these restaurants, oh, 305 till I die. Oh, 305, oh, Miami. I'm like, where's the Miami brand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it either. So,
We got a lot of room to go. we got a lot more doors to knock down.
We do.
And for those of you out there that are listening to this show and are not yet following Voli, make sure you follow them on Instagram. Make sure that you keep in touch with us and see what's happening. Tag them, send them photos.
Absolutely.
Try the new products once you see them in stores.
We have ambassadors. We're always looking for ambassadors, brand ambassadors. We don't hire through any agency. I don't use any, and no disrespect to the modeling agencies out there, but I'd rather train these girls.
Yeah.
And they sell in my, passion, and they describe the brand the way that we want our story to be told, not the way somebody told them that they should tell it.
Right.
And that's where the Voli girl is unique. You have, you walk into an event and you see the Voli girls. They're interactive. They're in there. They know the story better than me sometimes. I'm like, wow, look at you. It's last
Proud
night we had
mama.
a dinner and we were sitting at a table and I'm looking on the table. It's like 18 deep. And I was like, and we're missing a bunch. And I was like, I remember it was like 3 of us sitting at a table.
Awesome.
So it's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing.
It's a blessing. Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome, Priscilla.
appreciate
Thank
you.
you for coming on Sippin and Selling. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you showing me what you got to offer in the future, talking about all the new exciting accounts like the Hard Rock Stadium, Miami Dolphins, baby. And guys, stay tuned. See what's next for Voli and Priscilla Perez and Pitbull and the whole team behind Voli Vodka. And go check out the distillery.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to have tastings, tours, events, all kinds of fun stuff coming soon.
I love it.
Yep.
Thanks for being here, Priscilla.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. See you next time.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sipping and Selling.
With Joey Chanel.